Hey guys, my name is Nate and this is my brother Steven. Together we are Wingman Merch.
Thanks for checking out our video. We put these up about a month after we shoot them. If you'd like to catch any of these videos live, check out our Facebook page. The link is in the description.
We want to make a lot of content. We have stuff that has been backpiling, and we didn't want to flood this group all at once. But the more that we hold stuff back, the more new things come in. And partnerships like Stephanie, more and more content is going to be added. So as me and Nathaniel thought about it and just said, okay, for July, the amount of content that we want to push out in July, if you wanted to buy all that content, it's going to be over $200. And if we want to be doing that same amount of content every month moving forward, it's not going to be financially feasible for those people to have everything. So we sat back and said the fairest thing for us would be to have a membership group. So people that want all the content don't feel like they have to spend that amount of money every month. And the people that do not can stay right here in this group. That content will come. We've decided to delay the content out so the people that paid for that membership get it first, but then that content will come here, but it will come here at a cost. So if you do want everything, we feel like it's going to be more financial sound to be a part of that membership group. And I guess that's not the part that I made clear, because I had a lot of people asking like, okay, if I pay for that, do I still have to pay for the content? It was like, oh, okay, I just did a bad job of explaining that. And then the second half of that was the option that we have now currently is for the people that we don't want you to put us on a credit card. We just wanted to, if you have the money and you feel like this is something that you want to be a part of because you've seen what we've done and we have your trust, we wanted you to take advantage of something now and help build that course. So as we release that content and as we work on that content, kind of like what we did in this group before we opened it to everybody, we were testing out webinars that we were doing, we were testing out our presentation, we were testing a lot of things, and then pulling those videos down. We want to have that same kind of feel. So we wanted the people that are coming in now to have that. So if you cannot afford it right now, don't feel any kind of way. We don't want you to go into debt to be a part of this. We would love to have you in there if you feel like it's right for you, but I just saw a lot of the comments to say, oh, I can't afford it right now, I don't want to. That's fine. I just want to make everybody clear what is happening. This group will still be here. There will still be free content here. All the stuff that we are going to be doing is still going to be offered here. It's just the amount that me and Nathaniel want to put out. If you do want all of that, it's going to be at a high cost. Because like we said, if the over-the-shoulder call is already at $40, if you want anything else that we do, we feel it's going to be better to be a part of that paid membership. This way, it kind of gives us a level of, okay, we have X amount of people paying every month. We can afford these tools is really what it is. We want to afford a website. We want to afford a server. We want to be able to pay the VAs that are working on the programs that we have. We are just trying to find an easier way for it's not so critical on the ups and downs, feast or famine, because that's what we have now. And it's mostly because of the time that we're spending in certain places. So we want to know if I'm going to take all of May, like I did last May, and put it into this group and not make any money, I have to, on the back end, find out a way to get paid. So either I'm going to have to put my time somewhere completely different or not help the people or create courses. So that is essentially what we're coming from. That's where we're coming from, and that's kind of what we wanted to explain to you guys. But I guess I did not do a good job at it. I just explained what the membership was, all the stuff that you got in the membership. And if you're very curious on that, I don't want to take time to list all that stuff off. That video is in there. And then the special offer. And then Nathaniel, when he saw that I wanted to do that, he wanted to outdo me as usual and offer another free thing. So I don't know if we just did a bad job of explaining what the membership group was and then the offer that we had after it. We maybe should have explained what the membership group was like on that call and then readdressed the things that we wanted to offer on a totally separate call, because I think it was a lot of confusion in there. I hope I cleared that up. Always feel free to PM me. You can, anything that you have questions, feel free to put in the group, because I got a lot of the same questions. I, again, always feel weird to go like, can you put that in the group so everybody can see it? I don't know. I don't want it to feel out of place, but if you have any questions, feel free to put them, good or bad, in the group. We saw people that, hey, Nathaniel, I didn't get the art. Hey, I paid for this call and I didn't quite get it. We have a lot of things on the back end that we're trying to make work. That's another reason why we want to go over to our own website, because the tool that we are using, even if it looks like it's sent, or even if we say, okay, we definitely did the same exact thing that we've done every time and something just messed up on the other person's end, not on your guys' end, but on the whatever server we're using end, that reflects badly on us. And we don't want that going out there because we would love to say that we're on top of everything all the time. Sometimes we do make mistakes, but it's more out of our hands as of late, and we don't like that feeling. So this is why we're kind of moving in a different direction.
Yeah. So hopefully that cleared up kind of what last Friday's call was. We do have the giveaway part that I'll touch on in a second. But like Steven said, like we're building this thing that kind of have all known that as we're going. We're just open and honest about like what's going on and how we're moving forward. So even if we could explain things poorly, just know it's because the way that we communicate is like on a different level. We're brothers. We've known each other our whole lives. We do business together for the last like 15 years. So sometimes when we say stuff to bigger groups, it doesn't always make sense. So we apologize for that. But that if you guys have any questions, just ask us or post them in the group. We've had a ton of people asking kind of the same questions. So it does help us if you guys have questions, post them in the group. Don't feel weird about that. So that helps us out, just explaining things as well. But to talk about the other part of that call, which was the giveaway part, I'm going to link the video in the comments below if you guys missed it, because I enjoy that. I'm super excited about the way that we did it this time, which was people got to pick what was going to help the most. So that was super cool. We had everyone pick a wide variety besides maybe the t-shirts. No one was as hyped up on that as I was, which is fine. But we were able to help people with landing zones and artwork and discounts off of different stuff that we're doing. So that was really cool to like give you guys prizes that, you know, you actually going to value higher than something else. So super enjoyed doing that and seeing you guys' reaction and just talking to you guys again for the winners. That was a lot of fun. And so to touch on kind of what Steven was saying earlier, again, the delay in art, I have to apologize for that. I didn't realize that so many of you were going to request artwork. I've done $5 deals before, and I kind of like expected a spike, but this time it was like just way bigger than I expected. And we had stuff going on with the accounts that we managed, so it was just a ton of artwork got done last week. I think most of it is out now. There's maybe a handful of people who haven't got there, so I do apologize for that, but we are working on it. The team is just constantly trying to knock those out and get the revisions done and all that. If you haven't got anything back from me and you ordered like a week ago, feel free to message me. It does help just to make sure that the system is working properly. We've had a few hiccups, again, just due to the amount of people submitting designs. And like Steven said, we want all this to be hosted on a website so it's done much more professionally, but we're just not there yet. But we don't want to stop serving you guys. So if you have problems or anything, like you guys have been awesome telling me that and being understanding. So I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate that. I don't have to deal with anyone who's like, I maybe had one customer who was like angry at me, but besides that, for the last like 2 months, everything's been Gucci. So I appreciate you guys. Last Wednesday's video. Oh yeah. And I want to talk about this again. I'm not sure how many people saw last Wednesday's video, but if you guys did order art and you got those designs, I know there's a lot of new people ordering art. So I just want to post another link to the video that we did last Wednesday, teaching you guys, if you have Photoshop or Illustrator, how you can manipulate those .png files. Don't feel like you have to pay for a different piece of art just because you like want the wording changed or want to use the image slightly different or change the color or something. This video touches on that and talks about it, and I think there's a lot of value here for those people who just bought art. If you have any type of graphic design knowledge, it's a really easy way to manipulate things and kind of split test, which is what we're always talking about. So I just want to post that video again here in the comments so you guys can see it.
Is it your internet that's dropping out like that, brother?
Oh, sorry, possibly.
It's just getting a little fuzzy. I hope it's not mine, because when I host it and it does that, it makes everything choppy. But if it's just the person, it sometimes just cuts and it's fine when it plays back.
You seem fine, but I've just had the worst luck in Michigan. I don't know what's going on with your internet, Michigan, but I've been in several different cities and I always have bad internet. So I don't know what's going on here.
I just want to talk about the giveaway portion of that Friday call. Like, I don't know why I love giveaways so much. Maybe because I won a few as a kid. Like I won your bike. We were younger. I don't know if you remember that. Just I always get giddy on stuff like that. So I want to be able to continue to do something like that. So maybe I'll get with Tori and try to come up with some cool way to keep the giveaways going. So like every month we do a giveaway or just something like that.
Yeah, the giveaways is really cool. We love giving value back to you guys and just showing you kind of what we can do. If you've never used the art form, you can get free art. Like, it just shows you kind of what it's all about. So big on no excuses. So we want to continue doing that. We jumping right into the action stuff then?
Yes. I mean, we'll go over everything else that we have going at the end of this call because I think
Okay.
we have a lot of stuff coming and I don't want to like bog down the call right now. I feel like we kind of went information heavy right now. So let's get to the action of the questions to bring this thing back to life.
Yeah. Anytime we give too much information, we gotta like make stuff shorter. So if you're not getting just a ton of flood of information from us, we do value you guys' time and appreciate you spending it with us. So I'll talk about the action stuff this week. Part of us trying to get more organized and make it easier for you guys to find our content is now we've started putting a lot more content on YouTube. It doesn't work great for Facebook to have all the content just here because it's really hard to sort all that stuff and point you guys to the right links. And it's just a tad bit confusing. So we want to start hosting most of our videos over on YouTube. So my action step for you guys this week is a little bit of a self-plug, but it's shameless. So it's to go subscribe to our YouTube channel over there. You guys will get to see content possibly a day or two before it comes out, which is awesome. But also, you guys will be able to find older videos that we've done much easier. And that's really why we're doing it this way. That's what we're trying to do, is just make everything as easy as possible for you guys. We know you have limited time when you're looking at this stuff, so to spend 30 minutes looking for the right video just seems foolish when we can host it on YouTube and the search engine over there is just much better. So that's why we're doing that. So again, your action step is just to go subscribe to us over on YouTube so you can stay up with all the content that we're putting out.
That's clever. I like that. I like that action step a lot. And I guess I'll try to do a better job at like naming the videos. So I was calling pretty much everything Merch Monday or Wingman Wednesday, but I'll attempt to, even if I'm going to have like a Wednesday video tag in there somewhere, I'll name it like how to index or how to find your shirts or something like that you would search, that hopefully it makes it a little easier to find those videos. Even in our group, I'll try to title the post that, so that if you go, oh, I don't know, I want to learn keywords, and you just type in keywords, it should in theory pull it up when you search inside Facebook.
We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys. So
yeah, we'd love to have this on the website and realize how long that takes. So we are trying to find some in between.
Exactly. And if you guys have any suggestions on how we could be doing better, again, just feel free to let us know. We're always open to constructive criticism. Right.
So do you want to ask if anybody has questions that's here now live? You can address those questions along with the questions.
We usually pull a few questions that we see in the group that we just want to answer live for you guys. But if you are here watching us live, first, thank you. And second, if you guys have a question for us, feel free, whether it's about the membership stuff or where's my art or whatever, feel free to put that in the comments. And we'll answer that as we answer these next three that we already like pre-pulled from the group. So I'll go ahead and start reading these off. Christy asked us, this was an art form question, and she said, what should I put for the reference link? We realize that there's some confusion of we're showing you what good landing zones are, and then we're asking for a reference link on the art form. So some of you guys are just putting that landing zone link in there. But really what we're looking for a reference link on the art form is something very specific. So if you see a really cool design and you're like, man, I love like the way this is laid out, I'd really like you guys to mimic something similar to this, that's what you should be clicking in there. Or if you go on Amazon and you see that landing zone and one of the pieces of artwork either is selling the best or sticks out to you the most that you like the design, taking that actual just one shirt and posting it as a reference link helps the team out. Just know kind of what you want in there, because I asked them to do a pretty wide variety of different designs, so they're pretty good at like nailing whatever design style you want that you send in. But it just helps for them to have something to reference off of, which is why it's a reference link, when they're working, so they know what you're thinking about. Because with only one revision too, We could make something that we think is really cool or a style that we think is selling well, and then it's completely not right for your niche because you have knowledge that we just don't have. So when it comes to the link that's asked on the reference form, we do ask for just one t-shirt or one design that you think is cool, so we kind of know what you're looking for. So hopefully that answers your question, Christy. And then the next one is from Teresa, and she asked, is there a free Chrome extension that will work as well as the Jungle Scout? And I'll let Steven answer this since this is
I was
really
waiting.
his,
I was waiting for you to answer that one, brother. I guess to address that question, I'll step back. Why we use Jungle Scout is because I like to teach people how to use the tools that I feel I have proven for merch, because there's not a lot of good merch tools. Now, if there's a very close tool to Jungle Words, I would say it's Unicorn Smasher. They look very similar. They do kind of the same thing. I would say as far as the database that Jungle Scout is pulling from versus Unicorn Smasher, Jungle Scouts is a lot more stable. There are other tools like Scope that we also use. That's not exactly like Jungle Scout. It comes up from the bottom, but it pulls the same information. All we're really trying to use that for what the top 10 looks like, so we can see, is it worth us competing on that landing zone? Again, you can do almost the same thing like how Nathaniel likes to do it with the DS Quick View. All that does is just show the BSRs of all the shirts on there. You have to kind of scroll down to see. But those tools, again, we just use them to see the competition of what that landing zone looks like. And I want to teach people in a way that you can kind of build off of. We know there are other very specific merch tools, Merch Informer being probably the biggest. I have nothing bad to say about Merch Informer other than it doesn't work for our business and our system. And what we are attempting to teach you guys is find success on merch, and then how to take that information and find more success with that information. If you only know shirts and you're only using Merch Informer, and you do go out in the world, partner up with somebody to do a shirt, and they want you to do other things like sell other products that they have, it's going to be very hard to translate all the information and knowledge you've gained on Merch Informer to do any kind of additional keyword research, landing zones, product validation on those tools. But it's very easy if you know Jungle Scout, Unicorn Smasher, Scope, DS Quick View. I mean, the list goes on and on and on for those. Viral Launch, that's one that I mostly use for, not merch, because I kind of feel like it's way overkill for merch, but for products for sure. I really like that tool. So yes, there are other tools like Jungle Scout. I highly suggest Jungle Scout, especially since it's a one-time cost, or use Scope because it is free, because of the information and knowledge that you'll gain is like a solid foundation for running a successful online business, especially if Amazon is going to be any part of your system moving forward. And that's kind of what we want to teach you guys, is how to use Amazon, then other platforms, and then kind of building a business starting with merch. At least that's what I'm trying to teach you. Now, Nathaniel's probably all in on merch. I love to say, as much as Nathaniel loves merch, I use it as a tool. I think we both use it as a tool, but I try to go beyond just merch. Take that information and start building product lines, I guess is what I call it.
Yeah, and Steven showed me the power of that, and we're super excited to start digging into that more in the upcoming months. But that is why we don't use a lot of the merch-specific stuff, just because we don't want to pigeonhole you guys into one thing. There's so much you can do with the knowledge that you're learning from selling on merch that we're excited about showing you guys how to manipulate that farther. So another question for you, Steve, from the Facebook is, what is the Chrome extension that you use to turn on and off the other Chrome extensions?
That is a good question. I am at the point where I have so many extensions that I do not remember the name of them. I believe it's called Switcher.
Oh, yeah. Sean and Tammy both answered it. Sorry. Thank you, guys. Extension Manager, a.k.a. Switcher.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what
I
that's
have
called.
a plethora of tools, and I'm very cautious about when I'm shooting a video to not overwhelm people with tools that they see me use, or maybe add-ons to tools that I have. There are a lot, and unless you understand the basics, it's all just going to be very overwhelming, and I'm trying very hard not to overwhelm anybody.
Sure.
Especially when you have hundreds of extensions. It is a must.
Yeah. And when we're testing different extensions that we're making.
Or people ask me to test a tool, and I can download it and test it and shut it off and shut it on.
Yeah. Share asks, what's the art form? That is basically my way of letting you guys use my VA team for artwork. We will have in the file section of this group under resources, the first link is to that art form. So if you're at all interested in that, go check that out. We just had a sale for $5. That sale is over. So it's $10 for art right now. So if you want a design, have something in mind, I just talked about the reference link, how to use that. That's what that is all about.
Is it
but
wise to make...
aware that we had a ton of people submit, so it might be more than 48 hours for you to get that back.
I'm just trying to think to make it easier for people to find things. You know how I have that, or you made that pin post that I really like with all the images on it? Do you have a image that you could put in there so we could direct people to that so that they just click on it and know where to go?
Yeah, that's probably a better idea. So I'll do that as soon as this show is over. So yeah, in that pin post soon, there will be a picture of the, like, that will just say art form, and then it will link.
Because I'm even thinking maybe we have a YouTube one to that too. Like if I'm talking about keywords, maybe we have a keyboard one, and then I really like that post. That's like awesome. I'm a visual learner, so just seeing something like that, and I go, start here, oh, this, and just clicking on it and seeing all the pictures and being able to click whatever picture.
No, it's probably really good to do all of like the major links that we talked about there, instead of just continuing posting them in the comments like we do.
So that when people see it on the other, in a month, they go, what is he talking? Where is that? We'll just say, look at the pin post and then this picture, and then that'll be
perfect.
Much easier. We're learning. We're constantly learning. We're trying. You see the process. We fail, and they go, oh, this would be a good idea. Oh, yeah, why didn't we do that from the beginning?
Right. James Sykes said he sold 2 4th of July shirts already, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to read this last question because I'm getting distracted now just reading your guys' comments. So the last question that we
Stay with me, brother. Stay with me.
Sorry. It's actually from Cher again. And she asked how long to get approved, and she was referring to how long to get approved for a merch account. I've helped a few people this year get merch accounts and just like telling them what they need to do, which is basically the best way I've found to do it is to fill out whatever information they ask for you, with all of your banking information and whatever else they asked. I don't remember because it was so long ago. But also to start listing shirts on other print-on-demand sites. The easiest that I've found to do that on is Redbubble. If you can do 2 or 3, it's even better. But I've had people just list like 5 shirts on Redbubble and then link that store when they're asking for approval on merch, as there's like the last thing you do is like fill out this little form of like why we should let you sell or whatever. So if you put that link to your store and just explain like, hey, I've listed on other print-on-demand sites before. I understand trademark and copyright. I've read through your agreements and understand what you guys are asking, what I can and cannot do on the Amazon merch platform, and just try to...
And a big disclaimer, instead of just saying that, actually do it.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing to me, even when I do research. We just saw one today when I was showing you that had the Fortnite logo, the Nike logo, and another logo on there, and it was a merch shirt. And I was like, first of all, how did this get passed, and how is this still a thing? It's just mind-boggling to me. And said those things in the bullet points. It was just like, they're not going to be around long. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, so you definitely do actually want to read through that stuff. It's not that much. It might seem a little overwhelming, but it's a good read, if I can say that.
You're not going to lie to him. I'm just saying, read it.
No, it is. I've been doing trademark and t-shirt stuff for a long time, and just reading that stuff.
That's something you put your feet up at the beach and read, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
You said a good read, like a good novel.
If you're trying to find out more information about actually selling on merch, there is good information in there. So I don't think it's just a bunch of like legal jargon. But yeah, saying those things will help you get your account. As long as back to the original question of how long, I've seen it as short as 2 weeks and as long as 3 months. I think they even give like a time. It might be like 90 days or something now. Again, I haven't had to do that in quite a while. And it's Amazon, so they're constantly changing. But if you do those few things when you're asking for an account, I have seen 3 people get them this year that I've just told that information to. So hopefully that helps this whole group in getting those accounts if you're still trying to get a merch account. So I guess the last thing to do is some shout outs this week. People that have posted success in our group, which we always love seeing. Again, we measure our success and your guys' success. We don't share our numbers or anything like that for multiple reasons, but well, mostly because I'm under an NDA, so I legally can't. But
and partnerships.
Yeah, and partnerships and all that. But we love having you guys share your success because it proves that what we're teaching is actually working. And we just love seeing you guys' success anyway, so we want to give you big ups during this live call. So Stephanie, she had which is awesome. And she had 22 strict sell. She posted about it a couple times, so she was super excited about that. So great job, Stephanie. That's super exciting to see such a big sale like that. So that's super cool. Christine, she had 2 organic sales this week, I believe, to our over-the-shoulder stuff. I should have wrote down a little bit more.
Yeah, she gave us a shout
awesome
out.
To see.
Thank you to us
for
what we're doing.
Right, so that's awesome. And then Sean also sold his first shirt on Etsy. So that's really cool to see that you guys are also having success over on Etsy. We haven't gotten to dig deep into that yet, so me and Steven are not talking about that a ton, but we are excited to have this course out that's telling you guys how to list shirts on Etsy and how other people are having success with it. So it's really cool to see that you guys are starting to find success on Etsy coming out just from kind of the golden nuggets that have been dropped in the Friday night hangouts and posts and stuff like that. So that's super, super, super cool to see. We finally are close to being at a 30-minute call.
I said 30 minutes this week. I said it. I said we're going to get through this in 30 minutes.
So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you both for being so awesome. I'll just read that out loud. Not a question.
Nice. Hey, I'll take that all day.